call you Laura. Contrary to popular belief, I'm one of the most shy people you will ever encounter in your lifetime. No, really. So this is what not to do when you see your crush. Boo. Boo-thang. Cupcaker person. You wanna know what I did the first time I was on like a date with my ex? Well, it wasn't really a date. It was kind of one of those like things where it's like, hey, you bring your crew, I'll bring my crew, and we'll go to the park together. And so we all went to the park, and then it was like the first time, you know, MySpace generation. It was the first time we were actually seeing each other, and I was sweating and going crazy, and then he came up to me, he's like, hey, and I was like, I see my friends over there, be right back. And I ran and went to go talk to these girls, and I was like, oh my gosh. It was horrible. You wanna know the worst part about it is after you run away from a situation, you're gonna have to run back, and I had to run back and face it. You know those things that you think only happen in the movies? For example, like when a girl's talking to a guy and she forgets how to speak. No, it doesn't only happen in the movies. I am a perfect example of that happening. So this guy that goes to my church that I totally had a crush on from the time I was like 11 till about like 16. So for the first time ever, he comes up to me and he's like, hey. And I was like, and he's like, what's up? And I was like, no, you? Oh my goodness! You think that's bad? No, it gets much worse. There's this really cute bassist that came up from Boston. I was like, I need his number in my life. And everybody kind of knew that, including my mother, but I was too shy to go up to him. So you know what she did? She went up to him and was like, oh, you're tall. I think my daughter's taller than you though. Made us stand next to each other, knowing that the guy was like 6'6", and I was like 6'2". And you know what? He was trying to talk, and then I was stuttering so much, his face was like, to this day, he's like, you know, you were stuttering so much when you first talked to me. I didn't think you could speak English. At the end of that day, he comes to give me a hug, and I put out my hand to shake his hand because I was sweating so much. I knew there were sweat marks under my shirt. Embarrassing. But I mean, we're good friends, so hey, thanks mom. But really, how many girls have their moms have to talk to guys for them? Don't have diarrhea of the mouth. I tend to do that also and not realize that this conversation is getting absolutely awkward. It's really bad. I will talk about nothingness and then I'd be like, oh yeah, you have somewhere to go and so do I. Keep your conversation to a minimum. Here's a tip. If you could find something that that person you have a crush on likes and kind of throw it into the conversation, then they might want to continue the conversation by handing you their number. But don't feel disappointed after you totally bomb a conversation because you're not the only one. I bomb conversations too. Awkward humans unite. See what I mean? This just got totally awkward. I just can't help it. I'm an awkward person. What do I? So shout outs to the people who could talk to a camera but can't talk to a normal human being. Okay, I guess I should say later now. Anyway, so later. I like a brown, yellow, Puerto Rican, and Haitian. My name is Wife Dog from the Zulu Nation. Are you filming right now? I had, you know what, I need a camera with a flippy thing. I cannot do this much longer. Not knowing if I'm in focus. Hi, Ruby. How do you get a burp out? One last time. Where am I gonna be? I'm finna be right here to make the video.